Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Next Level Official Podcast. We're here with the boys. We're about to kick this off with this week's round of events.
Kick it!
First thing out to shoot, but boom, it's Halloween. Halloween's coming up. So we got Halloween
right around
events.
the corner.
We got Halloween events. What do we got going on out there?
So we got some for all those Fortnite lovers, and we know there's
Palo.
quite a bit of those people
Palo.
around here. Well, you know, Palo has those Fortnite underwear that he loves, a lot of those little, you know, type.
This is
boxers.
jammies.
You know,
Get
you
the
know,
little
what
skeleton.
do they call them?
Falling
The boy
apart.
shorts. The boy shorts. You know,
You got those.
a
in the
little
other
bit of the
section.
cheeky coming through, you know. But yeah,
Ooh,
man,
I
we got a
love
new
that.
we got a new Fortnite event ripping through. It's a new 2020 event. It's called Fortnitemares. So Speedy, I know you were talking about this a little bit. So it's kind of like some elimination, but when you get eliminated, you return as like a shadow for a chance to defeat survivors.
One
Kind of like
of the things I like
Portal.
about Fortnite is to just switch the game up. Like sometimes the game's a little annoying to me, but in general, they're always switching it up. They got things going on. So for this Halloween, they got a new event. Basically, you know, huge Mod Podge. You're shooting it. You know, you're doing the same eliminations, but when you get eliminated, you come back as like a ghoul and you try to help kill off the rest of the team. So that looks kind of fun. They also released a whole bunch of new set limited time skins, but down my kind of alley here, they got the Ghostbuster skins that are happening along with some of their Halloween edition items, and then they're gonna have a concert. I don't know what Homeboy's name is that's gonna be in this concert.
Jay Blavin.
Jablavin.
Jablavin.
He's gonna be tickling people's ears. Come
That's
31
right, like-
at that event,
October,
like-
8
Yep.
p.m. Central. So
Did you guys watch? Now, I'm not a massive fan of Travis Scott, but I do like a couple of his songs. I will admit that. Now, fellow Speedy, did you guys watch any of that? I thought it was a pretty cool kind of event that Fortnite did, and it kind of seems like it's gaining momentum just because they're continuing, you know, with the whole success of that. But I mean,
It's a
you
cool
guys
live event that they do. I mean, I can't think of any other game that does a live event like during the gameplay for something like that. So
I don't think they have. Yeah, I don't think other games have as big as an audience, you know,
no,
of
Well, I mean,
10-year-olds that are just.
Some guy named
my
Ninja.
V-Bucks.
Some guy named Ninja complaining all the time.
Oh, I know. I think that was one reason why I got turned off of Fortnite, because all I could hear was his voice and nagging all the time. Hey man, I play this game all the time, man. I don't even get me on skin, man.
Yeah, I mean, amongst all the things that they have going for that game, like they're always kind of innovating and doing a little bit things, and always got something with the culture that's going around, so it keeps itself relevant. I mean, look how long it's been lasting. It's basically the same game over and over. Free game came out.
doesn't even play the
pay to
games.
play.
He's gonna buy all those skins.
Hey man,
I'm
some of the
tempted.
skins are good.
I
We
mean,
got the
it's-
Batman ones.
I did.
I
I
saw the
mean, and
Batman
it's-
one. I did see
and
that one.
and it's Ghostbusters, you know, and you know what, to be honest with you, I think now's a kind of cool time just to kind of check it out again, just to see how, you know, if I could get into it, or, you know, just have a little bit of fun, because I think a lot of, well, how can I say? I mean, there's, you know, it has its fair share of hackers or whatnot, and I think all that's kind of fizzled. So it seems like the game, they put a lot into it. The game's gotten better, so I'm curious. I might throw down a round.
So if
See
you
if
got
I
some time, jump out there.
pull out a
You know,
victory.
Destiny's concluding their Halloween
As long as there's a
special
backpack.
yearly. Did you get your candy, Palo, in Halloween in Destiny?
No.
You didn't get your bags of candy.
What is the festival called? Festival of Souls?
Festival of the
Festivus
Lost.
Festus?
Festival of the Lost. That's right.
Festivus.
That's right.
Something like that.
Festivus
Festivus. It's not the Festivus.
Festus.
Festivus says Festivus Lost. Man, I'm gonna tell you this though. That was a really good festival, and I really enjoyed Destiny. And you know, they always seem to add a different element, and I think this is why I'm really excited about Beyond Light, because of the addition of taking away the grinding and taking away a massive part of the would-be meta. This is honestly going to be a new path for Destiny in
Yes,
gameplay in
Speedy.
general. So
So it only took them what 4 years to get here. Congratulations!
I'm really
But they're still
excited.
around. They're still around.
Congratulations! Yeah, because you still haven't grinded for everything yet.
If,
That's why
if
it's still
Salt
around.
if Salt was a
I have
person,
so many quests.
You
Salt's
still
name
gotta
would be
keep grinding.
Speedy.
You gotta still keep grinding to get there, man.
God, I thought Ninja was bad. He says, I can keep grinding, guys.
I have quests from 2018.
Oh,
I
so
know.
what were
He's
you doing today,
traumatized.
Dave? You playing Destiny? What were you doing? Grinding.
No, it was just in orbit, man.
Yeah,
I
you
had to
were
work
grinding.
today.
You're grinding.
Yeah.
He's like, let me get
Right.
these 19 strikes done to see if I can get this light level to the next level, 100th level.
You know, I
Going
will
up and
say
down
this though.
Nessus.
I will say I went ahead and finished the entirety of the festival, and I got my triumph. So I don't know if you guys can see these middle fingers.
Wow.
So
You have to
uh,
blur
enjoy
those things out.
Hope you
No,
enjoyed your
not-
bags of candy.
No. Yeah, yeah. I had way too much candy left afterwards, so I was like, "Oh man!" But it was a lot of fun. I'm really cool. But I think what we're going to talk about right now is something that I'm super excited about because I've had my chance to give my top 5 of my best games that I played, favorite horror games. Bello has had his opportunity, and this episode is all about Speedy.
Yeah, we saved the best for last.
Right.
Something like that.
Right,
We'll see what's going
right,
on.
right,
All right,
right.
man.
Let's wait till
so
we hear these top 5.
we had this campaign of this month giving out the best of the bestest for each of our
bestesses?
games. Yeah, bestesses. For each of our games and movies that we kind of fit this whole Halloween kind of esque deal. And so I got my list of the 5 here. So unlike no, it's actually just like New Face. We got a couple of them that we have some splits here. So
We
we're
got
gonna
a couple of
start-
similarities.
We're gonna start out because
You guys are too close.
we got
You're
the
too
same
close.
kind of taste, bro. We've been gaming forever. So first off, like if you're talking about Ultimate Scare, you're thinking about all Lifetime, Friday the 13th NES, such a good game to scare you. I don't know
Nobody
what
knows
you're
I'm
drinking
drinking.
over there.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows what it is.
I've got a
It's the
couple
background.
ideas.
It's the thirst.
So that's gonna be the first one. I think that was the original like OG scary game that we ever played. You know, sitting there in the middle of the night playing it, getting freaked out by Jason popping out, the little 8-bit music going off.
We
Getting
had
slashed.
man. Had some really good times,
I
man.
could
And
just
I
imagine
think by the
Speedy
third-
and Noob just like both under like the same blanket, and they're just
It
yeah,
was
man. I mean,
cushions. we
dude,
were laying on top of the couch cushions playing
there you go.
and getting freaked out because it was all
Yeah.
dark downstairs.
yeah, we
Glad I was not
we'd
a part
have
of that childhood.
Oh, you
Mhm.
missing out, bro. Yeah, we had it was such a blast, man, and we tried so hard as kids to strategize and you know like what do we need to do? And every time we'd have a plan and we see Jason, bro, that plan would go out the door, and we were just like, "Oh, he's right there, he's right there, like get him, get him."
I don't ever remember finishing the game, but
Yeah.
it was definitely a lot of fun. Just
Mhm,
getting scared out. And it was always that one game in the box. You're like, maybe not tonight. We'll go
Yeah,
to the
yeah, yeah.
next one. We'll go see what's up. So kind of separating from some of the other things that we talked about, my number 4 is Alan Wake. Have you guys ever played that game?
Yes, that is actually a really good game.
So that game I believe, is on Game Pass right now. So if you haven't checked it out, Palo, go ahead and check it out. It's kind of like a
is
Stephen
free?
King-esque. Yeah, it's one of those games that give you kind of like an eerie feeling when you're playing it. Much like all these kind of ghostly figures running around in the game. So that one's a good one. Pick it up. It's got a great story. The graphics at the time for it were really good. And so
There's 360, but it still holds
Yeah.
up very well.
it has a really good key for it. And so then my next kind of category is along the jump scare category, kind of moving in. So we got Doom 3 and Resident Evil 7, like those types of games right there kind of make the whole Halloween kind of like playing in dark. I can remember the first couple of times playing Doom as you're going around in some of those hallways where it's super dark. I think you kind of talked on this one. It was like one of your favorites in Pillow was that Alien Isolation, same kind of feeling where you're moving around in there. So I enjoyed it. And then Resident Evil 7 along that same lines, kind of having that more cryptic background instead of it just being all like not zombies or whatever the hell it was.
They're just crazy villagers, man. They were just it was like a
Creepy music.
yeah.
I mean, like where else are you going to be fighting someone that's like half a spider running around throwing shit at you?
I mean, it was almost like an open
that part.
town, wasn't it?
You don't
It was
remember
like
that part, dude? Busting out with the shotgun, popping the grenade.
Doom 3 was amazing, man. your next choice, I definitely want to talk about that. 'Cause
So
that's
the next two right here, these are the ones I struggled with the most. It was supposed to be 5. It is 5. They're
Just
all
like
same
Noob,
level,
man.
bro. Same level.
Just like Noob.
Dead Space, just in general, like between this one and between my first one, they're right there. Dead Space, just the whole series. But if you're really going to talk about specifically, like Dead Space, when it first came on, is like totally breaking the whole kind of jump scare kind of mentality of the gaming, the things that they had going on, the storyline, and then Dead Space 2 was just the next step above that. And they also launched a DVD kind of cartoon in between those two to kind of launch Dead Space 2.
Wow.
And so just like that whole series itself, those two right there kind of make the series. If you haven't ever played those, get out there. They still hold up. They're really fun to play. Creeping around corners, busting, the kind of just the whole like something bad happening in space kind of feeling, much along aliens. This is definitely a good one.
Dead Space gave me the same vibe that I got when I watched Event Horizon for the first time. I don't know if you guys ever seen that movie Event Horizon, but Event Horizon, in all honesty, is definitely like in my top 10 category for sure.
Now I'm gonna have to watch it.
I mean, because it's so good. It's so good for its time. But I think what's so creepy about it is just the fact that you're in space. But it's just this whole devil, this
devil
entity,
demon, whatever it is.
But Dead Space just captured the essence of that, because it was, smoking, it's all these like smoky atmospheres, and all the lights of all the machinery and all the equipment, just kind of added to everything. And those are good choices, man. I really like that. So.
And then much like you, my number one, like I think the creepiest game I've ever played is going to be Silent Hill 2. And people will talk about this, and even if you do some research out there, it is listed as one of the scariest kind of groundbreaking like horror games that were out there. But like just in line with PT that was released a couple of years ago that never came to fruition with Konami, dude, if I could get my hands on a demo disc of that, I'd be playing it 24/7. It would be
I tried
amazing. And so
I tried
like it's just so sad that Konami's like gone away from this, because that game was such a like Pyramid Head. You see him all over the place. It's one of our favorite games right now, Dead by Daylight. And just that whole idea of that game. Have you ever played that game, Pale? Did we just talk about this? Did you ever play Silent Hill 2?
I did play Silent Hill 2. Yeah, I did.
Did you beat it? No, man.
See, and that it wasn't freaking running through the mist, not here.
In all honesty, I don't
at you, bro.
Yeah, I don't think it mattered if you played it on easy or not. The whole essence of that film or that game was just so iconic, because you knew from the first one, whoever went to Silent Hill, it was like you stayed there. No matter if you finished or not, there was always something that carried with you, and they honestly, I mean, like I said, in PlayStation 2, when that console first came out, it took everybody by storm. I remember the very first opening scene in Silent Hill 2 where he's in the bathroom and he's looking at the reflection of himself in the mirror. That whole thing made such a huge craze, because they were like, dude, it looks so crazy. And I remember playing it at home, and when I saw that, I literally told myself, you are in for the ride of your fucking life. And sure enough, man, like
he did it.
That game did not.
There was Speedy right next to you.
Yeah, that game did not disappoint. That was a great horror game from beginning to end.
I mean, just like the story itself was just creepy. Like you're going into this town, or like I remember one of the scenes, you're like walking through this inside of this building, and it says there was a hole here. And you're like, wait, who the fuck wrote that? And where did the hole go? And I better walk around this place really carefully.
And every place you turned, it just almost made you feel like you were gonna, like something was gonna happen, right?
And the music too was amazing. The sound effects in there were really good. Like you still see all that stuff, and so hopefully
through with that whole game. I mean, it was just from the music to everything else. I mean, it just
I enjoy that type of scare while you're playing, that uneasiness where you where you know
I don't
it's
like
not
the jump
real.
Scare.
I can do some of the jump scare, but just like the suspense that was in it, like when you're walking around, like
Yep.
you don't know what's going in. I remember
That's what's
getting to the
missing in
final
a lot
portion.
of like games and movies nowadays. It's all about the jump scare. And
Yes,
like,
yeah.
And so like I think that suspense builds a lot. And so that's the reason why it's my number one over Dead Space. And Dead Space has suspenseful areas too, but like in general, that's the first thing I always think of when I go to horror games. And kind of what we're talking about in line with other games that have kind of spawned from it and things that are, have gone out, Pyramid Head and being a portion of Dead by Daylight. Remember, they have their Halloween special going on this week too. You guys jump into the game. All you got to do is just log in. They're going to drop shards and some blood points. So if you haven't played that game, those are ways to level up certain things. All that.
I dropped some shards. I sharded myself quite a bit.
Everyone's dropped a shard every once in a while. And so if you have a chance, get into that. But like, we're trying to get Palo on board because that game builds on that types of suspense.
it's free, so get it. And I got it.
It's free for free.
That's the easiest way to get Pelo to download something is you don't even have to tell him, guys. You just all you need to do is say Pelo, game title, free, done.
Just download it. It's ready.
Just download it right now. It's already ready.
It's ready.
Do that.
It's ready to go.
Simple.
Get freaked.
Simple.
Get some freaks. The freaks going.
Why can't women be that simple?
All right, so what do we got next here?
So we got.
I hear breathing.
That's Bello.
Someone's getting heavy, hot and heavy.
What do we got, Bello? What do we got on here, bud?
The next one we got was Gears 5 Series X update.
So we're getting more and more news as we're getting closer to game time. November 10th coming around the corner. For those that may or may not get their box, depending on what's going on.
It's not free.
Target,
Free,
Amazon, or Walmart or Best Buy in their ordering schemes. Looks like we'll be kind of heading into this a little bit more in depth a little bit later on in the show right before the launches of both of the systems. But we've been seeing a lot of pictures that have been coming out, a lot of videos, sexy videos of unwrappings of PlayStation 5s. And now we got some news on did I get you in the eye?
Yeah, a little
bit. Gears 5 has now had an update. So they're going to be expanding the campaign as it goes into this next series with the Xbox Series X. And then they've also upgraded a lot of the textures and running time.
And the voice.
And the voice. Be playing
the voice now. Yeah, so here we got Batista. So Batista is now Marcus Phoenix.
It's like your Dr. Disrespect skin on top of the other dude.
On top of Dallas and Row Company. Big shout out to Dr. Disrespect, by the way. You the man, bro. You the man.
But I'm pretty excited. So this is going to be the first
by
game
you,
I'm going to play.
Kick you in the face.
Probably, but I would lick his boot.
I bet you would.
As he kicked me, he wouldn't know. He think he caught face contact. It was just my tongue.
Oh,
it was just my tongue, Doc.
So spongy.
Got it.
So again, we're seeing faster reloads. You got 4K at 60 frames. You're looking at 120, supposedly on multiplayer. So that'll be something to see.
Are you guys Gears fans? I was never.
I am 1 and 2. When it went to 3 and then, like the whole middle section, it got a little crazy. I haven't played it since then.
I played them all.
To me, it's. I've tried it multiple times and it's just too clunky.
Gears 1 and 2 were amazing. Like I enjoyed those games. We played like huge multiplayer battles with a bunch of my friends.
Speedy was good at multiplayer.
Quite enjoyed it. When it went to 3 and 4, I'm like, oh, can we get rid of these fucking bugs? Like, what's going on? Like, this is new.
Are you talking about bugs in the game or bugs in the game?
No, in the storyline.
Okay.
I was like, can we do Starship Troopers on this? Can we just nuke this planet? What's going on, man? Let's get it done. So
Jacinto's having a lot of problems, you know.
So I haven't played quite a bit of it, but I'm looking to play this one specifically just because of the updates that are going to be happening to it. So it should be like a full new refresh for the game itself, kind of moving forward with the new system. So Xbox
That's gonna
can't
be awesome.
deliver you Halo, but they can deliver you other things apparently.
Yeah,
But they-
I feel like all that we're getting with the update or with the new release of the Xbox and PlayStation on the Xbox side, I don't really feel like we're getting like some good
In
A
due
titles.
time.
I feel like we're getting a
In
lot
due
of
time.
updates. But you know what? Hey man,
They
whatever
may
it
not be
takes.
offering the games, but I mean, they have a lot of other stuff that they're offering.
That's
I-
true.
I
Because
watched
even
a
like
video.
Xbox, like there was a rumor that what's the head guy's name? Like
Phil Spencer?
Phil Spencer. I was thinking Mike Spencer. Phil Spencer.
Mike.
He was talking about having a Xbox like kind of Chromecast, so that way
Yeah, he was reminiscing. Like I heard the interview. I like the idea. People were like, "Hey," because it's basically would take on Stadia. Like,
Yeah.
just
Well, I
destroy
mean,
buy-
that's
I would buy
essentially
that.
what the X Cloud is doing right
and
now.
that's what he was talking about, like exactly with the X Cloud. So like he was just saying like, oh, it'd be like this was something we could do. But then that kind of goes back to like, I feel like Phil Spencer kind of wants to be the Steve Jobs of like gaming, but he can't come up with shit
That's
his own
true.
self.
I
Like
think-
he's
I
got to
think the
steal
thing is-
other people's shit
yeah.
and then make them his.
The thing is
Yeah.
that with Xbox coming out and PlayStation coming out, you're seeing PlayStation and they're coming out with like a lot of good games, and that's what you want to see when a title's coming out. Xbox is going in a kind of a different direction, and they're just grabbing left and right about this, and then we're gonna have this, and we're gonna have this, and we're gonna have that.
I mean,
No
they're
games.
on, they're,
No good
but
games.
like in that same interview that he gave, talking about having that Stadia like kind of device, but he didn't call it Stadia.
Yeah,
He also talked about having another additional pay tier on the game.
oh, that's
Pass,
right. It was
and it was
platinum.
platinum.
Yeah.
So that's the shit I was talking about. Like he's been giving you this, and then they're gonna hit you with something way at the end, so that it's gonna be like kind of like why Palo hates Apple, right? Like they get you into the device, and then they get you all the things that you want, like Apple Music, this and that, and then you're all kind of sunk into it. I think that's what Xbox is
Noob.
trying to do, and that's why I think Phil Spencer wants to be like what Steve Jobs was to the phone industry and all those other things with gaming, because he keeps picking up all these things, but like they're not making their own. They're not making a AAA title that's
Well, that's-
off the
that's-
charts.
that's
They're
actually
not
what
creating
he
some new
discussed.
technology. Yeah.
I forgive him.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, he actually talked about that, and it was a good point that you brought up, and I think we talked about it last time, was the fact that they do not have any Microsoft titles that can hold their own, and pretty much everything that they have is based off of other ideas or other developers, and they're very dependent on that right now, despite the acquisition and they're attempting to do all these things. They definitely need to capitalize by making something that is their own that they can use and stop relying on Halo. Like, hey, I love Halo just as much as the next person, but
Yeah.
That's something
it's
else,
like
right?
it's like Sega constantly relying on Sonic or Nintendo constantly relying on Mario. It's like
Blasphemy.
Nintendo actually has a lot of good
How
other
dare
games
you speak
that
of
have-
Mario in
that have
such
come
a
out.
tone?
I mean, they've come out with Super Smash Brothers. They've have Zelda. They definitely have the Mario, but they also do these really cool reinventions of the older games, which still keeps them like in the ballot for the running. And even though Nintendo gaming wise, I kind of feel holds on very lightly, their hardware is top notch. And I think Phil Spencer needs to catch up. There's something I think on the cusp that he definitely needs to do to solidify, Microsoft reign if he wants to continue. And so let's see hopefully they can fucking do something.
I mean, that's what I just don't want him to like create like this massive black hole of everything going to it. And so
Yeah.
nothing else comes out, because like there's good stuff that they have access to. Like there's news reported earlier this week too, that someone was digging through the code and they found some lines that kind of indicate maybe a VR system that'll be coming online with them. So like
HoloLens. I hope
like-
it's HoloLens, man.
I would be interested in like having some kind of that kind of integration, right? Because like Oculus has been going on with Facebook kind of deal. Like how can they get all that stuff
But
realigned?
PlayStation had their own
something.
things, didn't they? And it was just
Yeah.
kind of like, meh.
No. The PlayStation VR, dude,
Hey,
is
hey,
actually
hey.
really big fucking deal. Like it is really, really good, and they have a huge following, and they make AAA titles for that fucking thing. Like it's really good.
And until you can make it like where everyone's going to adopt it and they really need to have it, like just think, when Microsoft packaged that stupid camera with the last Xbox that you were
The
forced to-
Kinect.
the Kinect, and like
that was-
how like you were forced to do that. Like it wasn't like something that you wanted to buy and get added to it. Like you made you get it initially when it first came out. So like they have technology. I just wish they put something behind it. Like if they had some badass titles, I think that's what
I mean. Like they're spreading
quite a
themselves
bit.
pretty thin with having so many different projects
So,
and so many different things.
That's why I'm like you're seeing a lot of upticks in quality now being they're HDRing like all the old games. So I think it's going to do really well. Like we talked about this Gears 5, PlayStation's doing the same thing on their end. They just don't, they're just not their hands in almost everything. So like, I think we're going to see like, hey, is this diversification working out really well for them, or like,
Ooh.
staying in their own channel going to keep them going forward? Because
Man.
one of the titles that we're just going to mention here is that The Last of Us, the remastered version of it, is a great game. If you have not played it, I know Palo hasn't played it. Amazing game. I'll be dropping some video footage of it so Palo can watch it with the little tear emoji coming down his face. Little storylines. There you go. They've remastered it, and like the game, I didn't find the game all that slow and reloading, but they've upped it so like it's 70% faster with their recoding that they're going to be doing for the PS5. So I was just really interested in like seeing some of these games kind of get a little boost to them as they're getting put into the next one. So it kind of goes back to the fact that like, hey, as games get a little bit older, they can get them a little bit faster too. So I think Last of Us came out on, I don't know if it was on this series of PlayStation 4 or the one previous to that, but they, the remaster came out, which is the one I played. And then now you had The Last of Us 2.
Last of Us, I think, was it not at the tail end of the PS3?
That's what I think.
So.
I think what it was. So like just kind of seeing how they're still providing support for this game. If you haven't played it, again, it is a great game. So
Yeah, Last of Us is really good.
I'll wait until it's like 95% off, and then we'll see.
I got it here.
I
can bring it over to Palo's house. We help.
So in other news, start talking about some entertainment wise and some other things that we read. I was going to cut this into the whole Gears series, talking about the Series X and whatnot, but it seems like Microsoft has sent a juicy gift to Mr. Snoop Dogg.
Have you seen
that
the
guy
video?
got himself a Series X fridge, man.
Did you see the video?
Is huge.
I did not see the video. I saw the pictures, but
Dude,
it
it's a
looked
commercial
freaking
fridge. It's a commercial fridge, dude.
So the backstory behind this is that people have been making fun of like the Xbox X is that it's really huge and clunky and it looked like a refrigerator. And I don't know what it had to do with Snoop at all, but
yeah, right.
Xbox made one
random
and sent it to him, dude. And I think it's just like Snoop's got a cajillion followers on Instagram and everything else he's doing. So it's just like boom.
So he's getting
and then he had a cake inside of it of an Xbox.
Of an Xbox, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then he had some drinks.
So basically, he's recording a song and music video in honor of Tekken Tag Tournament 2 called "Knock 'Em Down." So I'm wondering if this kind of deal was like in
like a promotion.
Yeah, right. Like a promotional deal, like did this and they give him like this big ass fridge. But fridge
Tekken isn't PlayStation. I mean, Xbox exclusive.
I believe it's on all systems.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I think Phil Spencer is now taking a key to social media and getting stuff out there and getting it into the right people's hands. Is a great way to market your shit. And so the refrigerator looks legit, dude. I would definitely take it.
I'm looking at it right now. Oh my god.
And then the way Snoop is like, Snoop was smoking while he was doing this video.
Oh yeah, man.
He was like, look at my fridge, and he's opening it up, dude. That thing is sweet. And then he had a Xbox cake in there too for his birthday, dude. That thing is crazy. But yeah,
all the Indo. Oh my god, dude, ton of eggs. Jesus, man, the guy had like freaking 12 dozen eggs.
He's like, I gotta get my protein, like rock.
Yeah, really.
Get swole, like Kevin Hart.
had to go to Sam's for that.
Dude, you
that
see his
amount of eggs.
Xbox, the gold chains he had that says Xbox on it, has an
Oh,
Xbox
yeah.
logo.
Uh-huh.
Dude, that is insane, man. Gosh almighty, that's awesome.
But
Well, that's awesome
that's
for
pretty
Snoop, man.
funny.
He's gonna be enjoying that shit big time, man. So alongside some of the Xbox gaming news, we also got word that Halo movie directed by none other than Guillermo del Toro apparently wants Master Chief to have an evil twin. In his concept and his
Just messing up the whole lore and
In his vision.
in his vision. Yeah,
You know
I
what
kind
I
of
call
feel
this? You know what I call this?
what?
Wadio.
So, my whole thing is, we'll just give a quick rundown just because, it's a whole Halo deal. I'm not down with a Chiefio. I am a Chiefio.
That is my big brother.
This is my big brother.
I'm the older twin.
Like,
They try to juice him. He's like 4 foot. Like
Halo 5 to me had a really good campaign story where there was another team basically hunting Master Chief, and it was this whole like conspiracy kind of deal. That kind of entanglement, shall I say? I mean, is that still a word that we can use in these times freely? But I just feel,
Is Jada here?
is Jada?
No.
Well,
we're all right.
well.
We can use the word.
Well, okay, yeah,
we
they're
can use
not
the
around
words.
here. I think we're safe.
Get the
But
Jordan.
yeah, man, I don't know about an evil twin. I mean, but then again, let's be honest. It is Guillermo del Toro. He has been, he has done some amazing movies. And he also did Pan's Labyrinth, right? Which was
Yeah, I mean,
and if you watch Pan's Labyrinth, that's a total that movie is just. I mean, it's messed up, but I mean, his vision for that one. I mean, the whole evil twin, and with Pan's Labyrinth, her thinking about that other, taking herself to that other world, that's just made up. I mean, that's.
I mean,
it's
like,
pretty,
what?
They can go in a very simplified direction and go by.
It probably could, but let's be honest.
Twist,
but let's be honest.
evil
Let's
twin.
be honest. If we honestly heard that tomorrow there was a trailer for his vision, we'd fucking watch it. And I honestly,
I mean,
as I'm not very keen to this evil twin kind of deal, being that it's Guillermo del Toro, I would have to give it a chance. He hasn't let me down.
I mean,
there is always an evil twin. I'm not that
let me
one.
down, guys. He hasn't let me down.
Really? Did you watch Mimic? It wasn't that great of a movie.
I mean, come on, bro. That was like in the beginning, man.
Blade
I mean,
2?
we had Jeeper Creepers come out at that time. Give me a break. All right, we
had
had Relic.
twin.
We had Relic come out along the same times. I mean,
I'm giving him credit for Hellboy, Pan's Labyrinth, Hellboy 2. Then he had Pacific Rim, and I'm like,
hey, remember Robot
The
Jocks?
Shape of Water.
Let's remember
Jocks.
Robot Jocks. Okay.
We're not talking
Pacific
about other
Rim.
crappy movies. I'm talking about these crappy movies.
Pacific Rim was
and
a
then The
great
Strain.
take.
Did you watch The Strain?
That's one I have not. I have
That
not
TV
seen
show?
it.
The TV
No,
show.
I don't.
The
No,
Strain,
I don't watch the shows.
where
I
like
can't
it was
do
like
shows,
the
man.
weird it was like weird vampire kind of blood sucking.
We need to find the mute
Zombie
button for
BS.
Noob. When he tries to like, hey, you guys could watch this movie. Mute.
Like,
Or we could just let Pella talk because we're like,
Look,
hey, Pella, have you seen this?
I'm like, honestly, what would you imagine a Halo movie to be? Like, would he have the nice armor, or would he have like the clunky ass armor that was like in the last Halo movie? Like, what's he gonna be?
Noob wants a prequel. That's what he wants.
No. I honestly would not. If somebody were honestly tell me, hey man, if you had a damn good Halo movie, how would you make it? I would be like, have you played Halo 2? Fucking play Halo 2 and turn that bitch into a movie. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
I don't want you to add anything fucking crazy. I don't want you to have a spin-off side fucking story. I just want you to play Halo 2 from beginning to end and turn that into a fucking movie. Can you fucking do it? Can you make it happen?
I'm just worried that like
so passionately.
all the money that would come from it would be the fanboys on day one, and then it'd be like no repeat customers, and it would ruin the movie. Like that's the way. Like I enjoyed Resident Evil games. Like I think the Resident Evil movies have nothing to do with the game.
Oh yeah, they're completely
Crazy,
separate.
I agree.
crazy world. And I think that's what happened with Halo. Like you would have to do like this whole
I just
different
don't
world.
see an evil twin like
I don't see
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
going on.
the
with
original. I mean, come on.
It already has an immersive story. I mean, they could definitely pull a story out from one of the books. I mean, Jesus, they have like
Right?
50 books compared to the movies.
You know they're gonna have to have like some sexy girl in it just to get people in there.
Well, but that's Cortana though. She's already in it. She's already an actual character. That's fine.
The holograph.
Let's not talk about your dreams.
But
I don't want to hear them.
oh god,
It's like you don't want to
God.
know what kind of videos he's watching on the hub.
Ugh. He's a ho. No, man, no.
Ralph, your hands have callus and you don't work out.
Wow.
Explain that.
Just one hand.
Just one hand. Just one hand. Just like right here.
Right,
actually.
that right hand.
Like,
That's
that's
like
it, right
it's
here.
got like arthritis already.
It's arthritic. Arthritics.
You gotta
Talk about
icy
my
hot,
condition?
you gotta icy hot his hand before it's
He's
time.
like, I got a condition.
It's all the gaming time. It's all the gaming time.
You remember that movie, The Big Hit? That one guy who's like so into freaking doing that. He's got like that thing, and he's like, "Oh yeah, are you gonna be ready?"
You're like too much. You'd be worked out
That's
too much.
noob with his controller before he's gonna stream.
That's true. That's true. Kind of like that. So
All right, what do we got next?
we also got some Love and Thunder, some Thor. I don't know why I said it outright
Thor-
like that.
it's the other
I
way.
mean, just
It's
Love
the
and
other way.
Thunder.
You
know?
Whoa.
He just went straight to
Whoa.
the loving yourself thunder.
He wants to love on that thunder.
So we have this one. So apparently this is the new iteration that's going to be coming out. Chris Hemsworth is going to take over the helm
You were gonna
of
say Chris
continuing to
Pine.
play Thor. But this one, he's not going
would've
to
said it.
be. He's not going to be right. He's not going to be the fit version, right?
Which Chris
he's,
is the best.
He's going to
Which
be
was the
the
worst?
dad bod. He's going to be dad bod Thor. If I'm
there a
not
trailer?
mistaken. If I'm
I
not
love
mistaken.
Dad
I don't
Bod
think-
Thor, man. That was the funniest thing in the Avengers.
Yeah, I do too. I
He
do
was like,
too.
Dollar
hey
beer.
Thor, this guy's, that guy's
Well, he
back
never
again.
got after the last movie. He never
They
got
were playing Fortnite
fit,
in that game
right?
too.
Like
Remember?
they were,
Yeah, well, he
they were playing Fortnite.
dude, he's
Remember
even
when the Rock guy was whining
well-
that guy was on there making fun of him again? and he takes
well, that's a good question because he is getting fit because he's actually playing the Hulk Hogan biopic.
No. But I'm
He's-
saying in the last movie, Thor was still like he still had a belly.
Oh, in
that's
the
it.
Avengers
Yes.
one?
And
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right,
He did.
okay.
Yes.
Endgame?
But that was the only movie he had a belly in. What do you mean?
Yeah, it
that's
was
what I'm saying.
Endgame.
Like they're just it's still going off of that one. Like
Yes. Yes.
is still-
Correct. Yeah, and that's what I'm assuming. But I mean, in all honesty, the same director, Taki Watiti or something like that, right? I
Excuse
don't want to
me?
mess it up.
Excuse me?
The director of Ragnarok.
oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well, he's the director for this one, but he did such a good job. I think Ragnarok was.
I love Ragnarok.
I fucking
Ragnarok
love
was
that
very
one.
different from like the whole MCU thing. Like
It was,
It
but it was
was.
good.
Dude. I
You
feel
didn't
like
like
that.
it?
I feel like that movie is
I
how we
liked
do
it.
our shows. Like, there's a lot of ad lib, and I feel that entire movie was more than likely. Like, maybe they only had 2 lines in the actual script, and they said just fucking say whatever.
it's like
comes to
3
mind."
pages of script and like all right,
Yeah.
just make
Just
2 hours
fucking
of
just
this.
let's do this, guys. But it came out so well. I love that. It was such a good comic relief. With
I'm not
the
taking my
whole
movie
superhero.
advice from Palo anyway. So
I'm not dogging it. I'm just like you guys like, oh, it was the greatest man. It's like it was
I didn't
good.
say the greatest. I just said it was
Okay,
good.
first of all, I don't fucking sound like that.
So aggressive. So
God,
aggressive.
so aggressive.
Do you get more aggressive, you're gonna bite your microphone again.
That's so.
And we lost our female subscribers
broke it.
now
Or did we?
as
Oh
he drinks
my
his
God.
invisible jug.
Visible jugs. All right, so let's see what you do, Speedy.
So-
See what you do. See what you do. All right, man.
Yes, Peter.
God.
All right.
All right.
Next.
So the next one that we got is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot with original 1974 movie. How?
What?
What?
Excuse me?
What happened?
How many, like, isn't there, how
It said
many
it was
Texas
confirmed in
Chainsaw Massacres
canon
have there
with the
been?
original 1974 movie.
It's confirmed to be in canon.
So it's going to be along with the same
First-
storyline.
But wasn't there a bunch of other movies and reboots and?
But I mean, along the same storyline,
reassociations.
there's really only true one storyline that everybody depicts. So
think I've
how
ever-
is this? I mean,
Trash. Let's just say it.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
I'll
I mean,
watch it.
I'm a-
Just
I'm
Have
a
you watched?
fan.
Have you
I'm
guys watched the
interested.
original version?
Yeah,
not in a very long time.
yeah,
I
it's
haven't
been a
seen it
very
in
long while, but yes, I
time.
have seen the original version.
Alright.
But I mean, it's your old school horror, and I think, and you have to watch those kind of movies
think
with the
Pillow's
appreciation
looking down on
of
us.
film. You cannot have high expectations
on
like you do
top.
with movies nowadays. I think that's the problem. But I don't know if you guys remember Jessica Biel's Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot.
Yeah,
That one wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I dug it.
Wasn't
I thought it was.
good.
Huh? Whoa.
I was just
Whoa,
watching
calm down.
Jessica Biel. Just to be honest, and just watching her jump around and run.
Oh my god.
Chest out.
Okay,
Oh my
we're
god.
just gonna move right along, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
I'm scared to know what the top 5 of Speedy's movies are.
The
Yeah.
best. The best of the
Nothing,
best.
nothing X-rated. Hopefully.
Wow.
Hopefully.
Why? We
Do
just
you
took
want
a
that
turn.
list?
I don't want to know the underground
want-
movies that Speedy's watching. You're gonna
So we
lose.
have. So right now we have Speedy's top 5 horror movies. Let's get in it.
All right. Top 5-ish, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We don't know.
Again?
Just don't know. All right. So kind of like number 5 in the same vein of, Friday the 13th for NES.
Vain. So
Yeah.
vain.
Man, this is a very odd fucking choice.
Right.
And I
It's
want you to talk
Halloween.
about
It's
this.
Halloween,
It's-
dude.
It's Halloween, but
Charlie
it's like
Brown
one
and the Great
extreme-
Pumpkin.
it's-
It is. We're just talking
Okay.
about the top 5 Halloween movies. Let me explain.
Yeah,
Okay.
explain.
Let me explain. So, reason I got Charlie Brown in there and I wanted to talk about it for a second, it's going to be the first time in like 40 some odd years that it's not going to play on national television at all.
That's
Iffy.
true. That's
And
true.
so, if your kiddos
None
haven't
of 'em.
seen it, if your kiddos haven't seen it, get your ass up, go get the DVDs at Walmart out of the $5 bin
Well,
And
it's
then
streaming
play it
now. It's streaming on.
on Apple TV.
I know we watched it for free. So I don't think it's Apple TV.
It's Apple
I could've
TV.
s-
It's
Is it
Apple
Netflix?
TV. Apple TV bought the rights for Charlie Brown, and so
Really?
Oh, okay.
Oh
so it's
my
going to be on the
God.
Apple TV Plus.
Oh.
So it may
Yeah.
be on Netflix or something else or on some other one
Later. Okay, so then we did see
Maybe.
it on Apple
I
because
have
we
them
did
all
stream
on
it.
DVD, but it's on Apple, and so Apple
Okay.
bought the rights, so that's what people were bitching and moaning.
Man, they're gonna give
same
Snoopy
same
an
group of people that
iPhone.
never have seen it in the last 10 years when it's been on television.
But
not
Bello,
complaining that it's
think
not
about
gonna be on
this. It
No.
would be a true horror movie if Charlie Brown or Snoopy had an android. I mean, then that would be the scariest movie known to man.
I think
right.
Lucy had one. That's why she was
What?
so
That's why she was so cranky.
angry.
That's why she's so angry all the time.
angry.
Rebooting, freezing.
This charge, it's gonna burn my battery. So I just wanted to throw that one out as kind of the tidbit to warm her up, but like really the number 5, any Stephen King movie.
Any
Any.
Stephen King.
Any Stephen King, man. You
The
think about
Langoliers?
It well,
The Dark
majority of
Tower?
it.
Really?
Hey,
Any?
Carrie?
have you? Carrie was good.
Okay, original Carrie was good. Yes.
The original and the
Yes.
2005 were not too bad.
It was decent. It
So,
was,
he's
it was
got a-
like
And
your-
then there was another one. Then there was a
Plethora.
third one.
He's got a plethora of movies. You can view most of those out there. Give you a nice, good scare. I remember being a kid and fucking, I don't know why I watched Christine when I was little. That movie
Oh,
scared the shit out of me. And we lived on on a third level of an apartment complex. And I was like freaking out because I thought this car was going to come and get me. And I was like crying and shit. And I was like, they're like, dude,
What
we
about
live on the
what was
third
it?
floor,
Was it
man.
Cujo?
Cujo. I mean,
Cujo
That
was
one was
great.
books.
That
If
one
you
was
haven't,
messed up.
open a book, Palo. They're scary.
The wife has all of those. The wife has all those Stephen King books.
Yeah,
and
but it
everything.
doesn't count if the pages aren't crusty. All right, if they've never been opened.
That would be your books.
Okay,
These
if
are
it's
Stephen
never
King.
been
This
opened.
isn't like porno
Okay.
Stephen King stuff.
Okay.
Gilbert's
Okay.
pages stick together. New pages. They're like it's like
It's
like
one
1,000
page?
pages. It's like
Oh.
doesn't even fan out. So then number 4 on my list is really going to be Alien.
The force is strong with me.
Love that
I
movie.
bet it is. I bet
Love
it
that
is.
movie.
Alien,
Love
that's a
that-
good choice. I like that.
Love
I
my
like
movie.
that.
Love that movie.
The original,
Alien's
so
a
the
good
first
one.
one.
Yeah, the original, the 1979, man. That's all you can talk.
I like more of the second one than the first one myself.
Aliens.
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 Yeah.
They're
Okay.
all good, but you got to
So
talk
keep
about
going.
the
What else
first
you
one
got?
that started it. Number 3 is Poltergeist. The movie used to scare the shit out of me and anyone in
That-
those series.
So
even as an adult, I don't typically want to watch those ones, but like when I saw that shit, even though
Dude.
there's so many inaccuracies in that movie, I watched
Yeah.
some dude on YouTube just like trash like how much stuff was in that movie. That movie still scared the shit out of me.
it was, man. I mean, and it's always funny watching people nowadays critique older movies back then because, you know, at that time it was just so different, you know. But I honestly will say part 2 for me was a fucking freaky poltergeist. That guy with that old man, when he would come out and start walking around, bro, I would get like chills on my
that's
body.
poor guy.
It would
Telling
just
you,
freak
like,
me
That
out.
poor guy.
And there's other movies out here that I'm not gonna be
You know
able to
that song,
like,
that
scare the
fucking
shit
song
out
he
of
would
you like
sing.
that. Get the hairs on your arms like sticking.
You know that wasn't makeup, right? That he was wearing.
Yeah.
He was sick. He was really
and people
sick.
were dying
really
in these
sick.
filmings.
Yeah,
of
he
these
was really
movies,
sick. He had
dude.
cancer.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You not know
Calm
that?
down, bro. I'm just asking.
Come on.
He's like, tidbits coming at you, bro.
Yeah, man, that guy, whoa my man, he
Yeah.
scared the shit out of me.
I'm serious. Like, and then people died during the filmings of those movies. Like
Right.
every single
It was
one of those.
cursed.
Like that movie was scary.
You know it's a good movie when it's cursed like that.
But your next one, I really want to talk about.
The
Tell-
the
tell- what do you
next
got?
one, the next movie that scared the shit out of me, and so this is going to be one of my top ones, The Fourth Kind. This
Yes.
movie, like if you've never seen,
That's
Kayla, have you seen
Nicole
this movie?
Kidman. Yes, I've seen it, and it's awesome.
The-
It's a true
this is
story.
The one that's in
It's
Alaska. And so the way the movie starts out, dude, it's like in step in line of like supposedly like I had to look this shit up. Like it looks
It's
like
real,
they're showing
dude.
you like real police footage and the movie's reenacting it like at the exact same time at the very beginning and like all this crazy shit's going on, like aliens, you know,
It's
It'll
real. It,
probed. And
God, why do you gotta have 4 fingers when you do that? Jesus.
Wow.
because he don't
God
feel
almighty.
any of the other ones.
Yeah, you went like this. You went like you're like, oh, he's being probed. Like God, that God Almighty, man.
But
At some
this
point, you
movie-
just gotta stop and ask permission.
If you haven't seen this movie scared the shit out of me.
Yeah,
It-
you
it's-
know what?
Totally eerie feeling.
Yeah, that's a really good film. And I remember when it came out watching it. This was a really good, like on the other end of the spectrum of Fire in the Sky with Travis
Yes,
Walton,
that was
you
the
know,
other
who-
movie
who-
that was
who-
on that list.
who got abducted. That was really good. But this one, I think what makes it so interesting is the fact that it actually provides the real footage, which is really freaky. Nonetheless, I remember at the end of that movie, there was a lot of voice recordings of people calling in their sightings. And apparently Anchorage, Alaska, or a certain town in Alaska
Yeah,
has the most reporting sightings of UFOs anywhere. And it has a lot to do with not only the mountains, but there's a lot of mist. And there's a lot surrounding like that specific town that gets a lot of activity. And dude, didn't it say something like FBI, like even the FBI has been over to investigate and
so
they've have like mysterious findings, right?
yeah,
It's just weird.
This movie, like along with Fire in the Sky, which is another great one that I was teetering on my list there. Noob's a good call on that one. It's just like the Mothman prophecies. Like, you know, it's always like that eeriness.
Richard Gere.
That's just right out there. Like you
Yes.
feel like it's like that thing
Yes.
watching you. Same kind of
Yes.
mentality that goes on this one. Like there's a psychic,
Fucking
not
Mothman
psychic, like
prophecies.
comes in.
Telepathic.
Yeah, they start doing like where the psychiatrist will like put you in that state where you start recalling shit.
Hypnosis.
Like, hypnosis, there you go. And this, like, go watch this movie, dude, if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, Bello, you've not
Creepy as
seen
fuck.
this? God
I
dang
think
it.
no. I've seen it. It's been a really long time. I had to Google it. I was like,
Google it.
I had to Google it.
It's
So
creepy.
so being that did refresh your memory, like did you like do you remember it, and like do you have any?
I'm remembering pieces of it. Just
Oh man, it's
I'm
good, man.
I'm looking at it.
I mean, like for me,
now I'm gonna have to watch it.
I mean, for me, man, I believe in all that shit. I believe in ghosts. I believe in
Every
UFOs.
time I
I
watch
believe in that shit.
It gives me an
and-
eerie ass feeling like the Mothman prophecies when I watch
Yes,
that.
yeah. And it's so funny, but like, hey man, there's some people that take this shit lightly and don't really fucking, give two shits to the wind. They're like, whatever, man. But that shit to me is real. And when I see stuff like this, like it really adds to that. And it's awesome, dude. Good choice, man. Good choice.
And then my number one, it's Halloween. It has to go with Halloween.
Classic.
1978.
Classic choice.
Straight at you, staring all creepy at you like your uncle when you're coming out of the shower. That kind of creepiness.
I'm sorry, Speedy.
Wait,
You
what?
okay? You
What the
okay,
fuck
Speedy?
happened?
I had to throw
Yeah,
that
what
in.
the fuck did you just say?
Checking to see if you guys were listening.
I am fucking listening, but damn.
You sure that was
Damn,
Noob?
Gina.
Yeah.
No wonder you're
Love
always
this
at
movie.
Noob's house.
No, not there. Elsewhere.
Oh,
So
No, this
okay, so-
movie, Jamie Lee Curtis starting her career out, getting freaked out by some dude who she don't even know.
just some dude, just some rando.
Some rando. That's what
Looking at her.
Let's talk about it in today's terms. Some rando coming at her. She don't know him. She don't know none of his business. He coming straight at her. Little kids slashing people. It's got everything. Got thrills. Got chills. Got boobs. It's all good to go. And blood. And guns.
you had Noob at blood.
No, you had me at boobs. So here's the thing. Let me ask you a question. Have you seen the Rob Zombie version?
I have.
How did you like it? And I don't want you to compare it as
I'm
in
not
like
sure why people feel like because Rob Zombie is creepy as fuck, like everything that comes out of his mind is going to be such a great creepy as fuck kind of movie. And I don't really find any of his movies all that like amazing or better than the original. Like they're just remakes to me. What I really like is just recently the last Halloween that they had done where they kind of brought it back in line with all the films and cut out all that Rob Zombie crazy bullshit and like the 1,000 Michael Myers where he's like fucking up people like in and getting blown up and his head getting blown off with like hydrogen tanks and stuff like that. They moved it back so like it's in line with 1, 2, and then that one that came through. Like those are the ones I like.
okay.
I'm just not a Rob Zombie fan. Like I like some of his songs, but that's about it.
So I
think
honestly
he's got a style like Tim
Yeah.
Burton, but I like Tim Burton's style more than I would say Zombie's style. His is just another different flavor.
I appreciate Rob Zombie's. I think his is very grotesque, but I think Rob Zombie just goes for that. There's a term. Remember the two movies that Quentin Tarantino
Like
did?
Pulp Fiction?
No. It was Death. The girl who had one leg that was a machine gun and Grindhouse. Grindhouse movies. Yes, I think Rob Zombie loves that era, and I think it shows not only in his show but also heavily in his movies. Because when you're talking about those Grindhouse movies, you can get away with a lot more gore than you normally could because it's already been given a genre, right? So you expect it, and I think with this House of a Thousand Corpses, his Salem or whatever, and the Halloween remakes, I think they're definitely falling along those lines. Good choice on yours because I definitely love the original. Nothing will take it away, but I do appreciate Rob Zombie's vision.
I mean, I can see that because, like, if you look at the two movies, like the original and his, like, there's a different level of gore that's in both of those, right? And so, like,
and
to
it's
me,
over the top with his,
and to me, like, when you look at even like some of the older, like, scary movies, like, it was this one specifically, it's more about tension and suspense than it is about blood and guts and all kinds of shit, like people getting hacked, you know, like, oh, I'm walking around a dark room and I'm gonna open this closet and homeboy comes hanging out and like, oh, and then, oh, my friend who was making a sandwich is dead, you know, like that kind of shit. Like, oh my god, the garden rake is holding the door closed. Like, that's funny and suspenseful, like, you know. So I enjoy.
I think
that.
you need to make a movie. I think you need to make a movie. Right, Pello?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, ah!
We'd be like, what the hell are we watching?
I'd watch it
be
at
like-
the dollar movie.
I'd be like, I mean, Ortiz,
You're
I mean,
paying way
Ortiz.
too much. You're
Hey,
paying way too much.
I'm gonna get him with the popcorn and soda.
Oh man. Oh man.
So
So we also got word on John. So this isn't word. The only reason why I picked this little article, only because it references John Boyega. So I don't know if you guys know who that is. That's who played Finn in the Star Wars, the latest Star Wars series. But he also is doing a new movie that he is compared to an older movie that I personally like, called Attack the Block. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. Bello, I think you should definitely watch a trailer and check it out. Speedy is very critical on his movies. He may enjoy this, but I think Bello, I think you're
of Noob Face's recent plethora of bad movies.
See, that's why I'm the cream of the middle of all this, because you have some really bad ones and some really weird ones.
Yeah, okay. Very, very true. But you should honestly take a look. I'll totally give you that, but you should definitely take a look at the trailer, man, and look at Attack the Block. I think it's very different. And I remember when I saw this because I was working for Wells Fargo and my boss was really cool. His name was Jimmy.
Many moons ago.
And we had a refresh. So we're taking out a whole bunch of Windows XP systems and upgrading them to Windows 7 at the time. And we would just get these shipment of computers and we would just go by department and just start doing them. So we'd always go hit like 2 departments, and that was like our goal for the day, was just take out 2 departments. And one time, I brought my Mac and I was like, you know what? We didn't have nothing to do. And we're all in the storage room. It was a big ass storage room, right? It was AC, so comfortable. And I was like, hey, I brought my Mac. You guys want to watch a movie? And they were like, yeah, let's check one out. So I put on Attack the Block and everybody liked it. They were like, dude, that was a crazy movie. Jimmy, he's a lot older. He was like maybe 60.
What about Steve?
And he was like, it was all right. He didn't like it as much, he was opinionated, but I think you guys should definitely check it out. So if you guys watching or listening and have not seen Attack the Block, do yourself a favor.
We'll have to put that on the list.
Put it on there, man. Yeah.
It'll never get on there, apparently. It's like 19-year list to get something put on there. Same.
Let's not start, Speedy. Let's keep this civil. Let's keep this civil.
I think every time you make a comment about Plex, I think how there's an option for you to limit the bandwidth. I think we're limited, Speedy. I think we're limited. I think when you go into
the hours of operation
administration,
by 15 minutes.
Yeah. He's like, everybody, all you can eat buffet, you can eat buffet on bandwidth. When it comes to Speedy and Noob, 2 megs.
Apple products, 1.
Yeah. Wow.
Half a meg.
I know, man.
Lucky if you get a meg.
So it looks like we also got Tim Burton, the Addams Family TV series. Who liked this one?
That was me. I threw that in there because at the end of the weird thing that I found out about this was that Tim Burton was actually supposed to direct the original movie. They had wanted him to do the original movie, but he turned it down.
With Raul Julia?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, that would have fit his. I mean, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That was the Tim Burton time. that was his, right up his alley in his genre. Like, I mean, that would have fit so well, but he turned it down. But
So
now
did
he's
he
coming back.
Sorry.
I think he
Did
was.
he say
I think he was doing another movie, and so he just turned it down.
Okay.
So, but now he's coming back and to do a TV series, which he's never done a TV series.
True.
So, I mean, I'm excited for this one. I want to see. Yeah.
So they've been throwing out a bunch of names. Just reading the article about who could be.
Wait, let me ask you this: is his wife in it? Because his wife is always in his stuff in some way or another, and I like her. What's her name?
I mean, like, who would she really be in this? Like, she wouldn't.
I mean, I honestly don't know, but I mean, it's just she's always in like some of the movies. Helen Bonham Carter.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that she could possibly do would be the Morticia, but no,
she's not a Morticia.
No, she was. Yeah, I don't see her fitting that. But what's funny is that in the original movie, Elvira was supposed to play her.
I could see it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
it kind of. I mean, like the whole makeup and the.
I think we could all see it.
Yeah, I bet you would. You're gonna watch Elvira tonight,
dude,
aren't you?
No, I used to watch. It was so funny
on Halloween.
I'll
Specials.
Yeah, I'll tell you a little something. Like I used to watch it. I used to watch it with my pops, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. It would come on at night and I would watch it. And that's how I got familiar with Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, like all these B movies, right? Because that's all it was. And it was really funny because it was a kid, and, I'm sitting there, watching it with my dad. And as I get older and I'm like, yeah, it was so funny though, because I never mentioned it because as a kid, it never really, I was just, it never dawned on me. Like I was like, titties, no big deal, like whatever. As you get older and you begin to think about like, oh yeah, we did used to watch that, or we used to watch that. Oh my God, yeah, I totally watched that. Damn, I remember how she used to look. As you get older, it all begins to process and it's so fucking funny. But man, just the good old days. Good old days, man.
She's sultry. Now,
oh God,
I'm interested in seeing what this movie, TV show would be like. So it's interesting having some of that stuff come back. But I'm also like, I also feel like we're in this reboot era where everything's rebooted, and it really isn't anything.
2020 needs to get rebooted.
No, we need to fast forward.
We don't need to reboot.
Fast forward.
That's
fast, like hit the 8x fast forward on this bad boy. But like,
That's true, man.
I'd love to see stuff like that for nostalgic sake. But I also would like newer stuff. So it's kind of hard. Like, and that's why I guess when like we go to the movies and everything, and people are always bitching about like all these Marvel movies coming out. Well, give us something else. Give us something.
Yeah, it's the only original content that's coming out. I mean, original because pulling from magazines and.
Oh, movies aren't pulled from scripts or books.
I know. I'm just saying.
I mean,
side of the fence he's on, noob. Wow.
There was I was gonna make a Star Trek reference, but I wasn't.
Just finish it up.
I was like, you know what?
We're done here.
But you know what, man? Speaking of Tim Burton, I don't know if you guys have ever seen, but he did this poem called Vincent. And I know about it because I bought the special edition of Nightmare Before Christmas, had all this really cool stuff. And let's talk about this really quick because I'm a really big fan of the Nightmare Before Christmas. When I was younger and I went to go see this in the movie
is it a
theater,
Halloween or is it a Christmas movie?
No. It had nothing to do with that, but we can get to that. I say it's both. Yes, agreed. But when I first watched it in the very beginning, where it has that little poem where he's talking about, maybe you've seen in your dreams, blah, blah, blah. When I got it on VHS, right? And fuck you for who are age, showing my age bullshit, right? Whatever. Fuck you guys. All right. Lived in a good era, right? The best era, right?
You didn't have it on beta?
Laserdisc.
Yeah. But no, really, I got it on VHS. And when I watched it, I remember the narration from the beginning was different. And it was originally done by none other than Patrick Stewart. And if you guys ever listened to his original, he was the original. Yes, in the theater, bro. He was the original, and they took it out when they released it on VHS and DVD. He is the original guy, and his voice. Let me tell you something. Patrick Stewart's voice is amazing when he narrates. It's like Morgan Freeman talking about Earth. I'm just gonna throw that out there. So if you guys watching
Hey, the
this,
compliments of
you-
Patrick Stewart.
well, I love Patrick Stewart, just not as Picard. No, I'm just kidding. I like him as Picard. He's awesome. He's
I'm
awesome.
done. Thank you.
Whoa,
Thank
whoa.
you, good night.
He's really good. But no, Patrick Stewart is awesome. But yeah, man, that's a little bit of it's a little tidbit there for you guys to know.
I think you're lying,
Interesting.
but
We can look it up.
YouTube it,
We'll link it in the description.
I'm a Google
YouTube it
quiet.
and check it out.
I'm a Google
Do it,
quiet.
man. Let me know what you guys think. But gentlemen, I think we've had a really good discussion about some really good topics. Really good to hear about Speedy's top 5 games and movies. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone watching, if you guys have anything to add, constructive criticism, if you guys are looking for, future topics or things you would like us to, to talk about, whether it be love and relationships, that's as far as we'll go. We'll just
To
keep
the
it there.
hotline.
The hotline, right? That 1-800.
We do want to do a live show, so there you go. There you go.
Hit us up in the comment section. Let us know how you guys think of the show. Let us know everything.
We're still trying to find the mute button for noob.
And they'll never
saying.
find it. They'll never find it.
Yeah, it's in a secret
right.
spot.
I don't know what that means.
I don't want to know what that means. I don't know.
I
what
don't want to know.
you two have been doing at work. I don't want to know.
Work from home, man. Far away from this guy. From his clutches. Clutches like that. That's how he clutches. So, everybody, have a good night. Sleep well. Thank you so much for watching. And that concludes. Come on, guys. Hit it. Jesus.